If you talk about a dude who has a really high striking output, really good striking defense, and really has only lost due to like mental lapses, like little just kind of errors here and there, that's Bonfim, man. This dude is really, really good at 155 pounds. Sadykhov is too, though, man. I think that he doesn't get the respect that he deserves, but I also saw against Sadykhov, your hands are right, man. You can box this dude up. You just got to overwhelm him, target the legs with the calf kicks, throw with the 1-2s, mix up a little lateral movement, and it could be a little hard to read because he's more of a stationary opponent. But Sadykhov has the advantage of being a southpaw right here, which makes this a really fun matchup. Orthodox southpaw. Have that rear leg body kick open all day. We're going to see if the grappling negates each other. I mean, aside from being on Bonfim, which we know that you are and that I'm on Sadykhov, like, what makes Bonfim so attractive to be a minus 220 favorite currently right now when Sadykhov, man, hasn't lost in I don't know how long, and 8 of his 9 wins are via finish?
Yeah, Derek. I mean, if you look on paper, I can see what you're talking about, right? But if I'm taking the style of how Bonfim fights, he's all over the place and in a good way, right? Very well rounded. He's able to mix things up, and when you're able to confuse your opponent, when you have him keep on guessing, like, is he going to kick me? Is he going to strike? Like, what's going on right here? And especially with a more solid style of fighter that Sadykhov is, right? He's planted. He's looking to hit you. He's looking to find ways to be able to get the fight down or get the fight going. I think Bonfim is able to just have that where he's giving you paralysis by analysis. Who knows what's going on? And then he's able to piece you up, right? Keep you at range or even box you up in the middle. He's down to trade. Both of these fighters are very, very dangerous, but I think Bonfim is able to find the positions where he's most dangerous more often.
So you think that from a technical perspective, right? Because both of these dudes are finishers, right? Like Bonfim, 13 of 20 wins by finish. Like I said, 8 and 9 for Sadykhov. But if this is just two finishers who are going to respect each other, play the technical matchup, if Bonfim wins from just a technical perspective, then really what we should be aiming for is the over 2.5, minus 170, or a pure points on Bonfim, which you already mentioned, or kind of already mentioned, but plus 125 points right there. Was that the deduction that you had when you were looking at this?
It was, Derek. I see this fight not necessarily being the most technical one we've seen. I do think they're going to get after it. I do think there are dogs in there, especially when they get inside the pocket and they're willing to trade. I just don't see a world where it's just a one style or one-sided just absolutely crushing each other, right? Like, I do think both fighters are very, very talented. Sadykhov's going to get a lot of respect from this fight. I just think points by Bonfim makes the most sense to me if he's winning this fight.
Yeah, the only reason that I can say, like, yeah, even though I'm rocking with Sadykhov here, is because he's a very hittable fighter, man. Like, you see it. If you overwhelm him and you push him back, he kind of accepts going back. But the problem is, like you saw with Sadykhov, that was a draw, right? That could have been a knockout win, man. He had Slava on skates, bro, and all it took was one counter and a follow-up head kick. That's all that it took. So I think that both of these dudes have a finish on the table realistically. So I do want to at least entertain. What do you think is more enticing? Even if you're not taking a side, if you're just taking a pure totals type situation, under 2.5 at plus 130, or fight to not go the distance at plus 110? Which is are more enticing of those two?
I think fight to not go the distance at plus 210.
Plus 110.
Or 110? Yeah. 110. Either way, I mean, if no matter how you want this fight to finish, or no matter how you want whoever to win, if this fight just gets finished, right, it makes most sense, because 2.5 rounds, you start playing the clock game, you're starting to see how things get going, and we saw it even last week. What was it? Only 2 fights didn't make it to the over. So the theme right there, or at least the data trends have been pushing towards the over, but we can still finish a fight between those 3 rounds, and I think that's most likely to happen.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So this is a contentious pick right here. I think Sadykhov and Bonfim are very well matched, but I think the key for Sadykhov is you have to find the finish. You have to find the hole, and you have to got to get him out of there. I think if it goes to a decision, Bonfim is a very clear play. So that's the contrarian pick right there. Anything else on this one?
Nah, brother. Bonfim by points. Let's go.
All right, we'll see. Well, you're talking about a finish.